time is now.
NUFC Undisputed
with Christy American Mad and Derek the Mighty Win. NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Hey.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk. We are live here once again the day after the match.
The night before.
So you can call and have your say. All of you out there, welcome to call us and vent your spleen. 0191 916 8864. Call us now and have your say, ladies and gents. What do you think about the game? Is this a turning point? Have you forgotten about the Mackhams? Miraculously.
Easy for you to say.
Lord have mercy. Have you forgotten about the Mackhams, or just a band-aid on a heart attack at this point? We're just getting through it. What do you think? Call us now, folks, and have your say. 0191 916 8864. Don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member if you can. And want to support the channel, super chat right away if you want to. Gift memberships away. Help the channel grow. Help us out in this festive month. Help the channel grow and get to where it needs to go to, so we can bring much better content your way. So a lot of things planned for 2026. Help us out. Help support the channel. Mighty Win, you seem to be a little bit better, if you will. You got cough attacks.
I was pretty bad last night.
Some would say it was good that you left the game. But
there was some signs yesterday, especially with Wissa, proper number 9 on the pitch. Led to a lot of good build-up, but there was still a lot going wrong in terms of keeping possession in midfield. You know, any thoughts that Ramsey and Willock were going to be instrumental in helping us do that turned out not to be the case. But the main thing is, it's a win. We're in the hat. Bring on Man City.
You're the only person that's looking forward to Man City. We can't beat them. It's proven that we can. And we eliminated them already out of the Carabao Cup. But it's not going to be nowhere near an easy match. And right now, the form that we got,
it's a semi-final. A semi-final is never going to be easy.
Yeah, but you can play other teams. We know we beat Arsenal, so it can be done. We were playing better than we are playing now, though. So that's something to
Arsenal have got to
take
beat
into consideration.
Palace yet.
Last season we beat Arsenal. So
we beat everybody last season: Man City, Man U, Arsenal, Liverpool.
It can certainly be done, but it would be very, very, very strange, if you will, in my opinion. But you can call us in and have your say about that if you want to. Whatever you want to talk about, call us now and have your say. The Dr. Abu has a question. Why is Nick getting scapegoated? He has been starved of good midfield play and service. That was yesterday more than ever, to be honest. Scapegoated. He's been scapegoated actually all season, to be honest. But yesterday, interesting situation going on, because Willock usually doesn't play left wing. Murphy, for some reason, hasn't been played most times, because all he looks for is crossing the ball. He hasn't been playing most times, and something that Voltemata hasn't had is Willock. Willock yesterday, for example, I'm not saying Willock needs to be the left wing, but for what it's worth, yesterday they were solely in looking for the center forward. Yesterday, that's their whole life purpose last night, to do the first half really. Second half it all died down, to be fair. But in the first half, Willock and Murphy, their whole life purpose was to look for Wissa. And when Voltemata comes on, Gordon comes on and Ilanga come on, and then
We are knackered.
Poor Walter Mata. They forgot that they had a center forward. They said, I'm going to be famous now. Forget the center forward. And they did their own thing. So that is the difference between Wissa and Walter Mata, ladies and gents, that the service is non-existent. But I did like Wissa's movement. I like Wissa. And, you know, it also got to take account that having your debut and being excited. It's happened with Walter Mata as well. He scored on his debut. And Wissa the same thing, you know. So it's happened. We gotta. The only time will tell, if you will, about this center forward nonsense. I think that we can get into arguments left and right, but the real argument is going to be there that they should both be playing together, and that is not happening, and that's never going to happen. It seems like anyway. So that's the bigger problem.
I was disappointed that he didn't try them both. You know, even if it was just for 20 minutes or something.
But I told you it's not going to happen. So why you got your hopes up? Okay, well, if it's not happening when you actually need a goal and actually need to win a game against the Mackhams and today, then that should tell you something, man. It should tell you something. But
it should tell you that they're not both fully fit yet.
They're not both fully fit. What do you mean? Wiss is fit and Walter Mata is fit. I'm assuming you're not
He said in the presser. He said that,
what he said.
They were hoping to get some minutes out of Wissa.
Yeah, but that's a blatant lie, man. How can you believe that when what happens yesterday? How can you believe that? It is a blatant lie because you don't go from we got to call Chris from London yesterday. Me and Chris went at it. But hold on, give me a second. You don't go from not playing barely any minutes against Leverkusen and playing 20 minutes against the Mackhams, and all of a sudden starting and playing 70 minutes if you're not fit. He was fit. Eddie Howe he got caught on a lie, and he obviously said, "Listen, I want to play Whistle now," and because there were rumors as well that Walter Mata was knackered for the Mackham game. He got caught in the lie. We got Chris from London. Chris, how are you? Good morning.
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I think things got a little bit heated last night because my argument with you last night was we should pick a team that isn't basically based on names, and it just went a little bit, you know what I mean? But I do apologise because I've got tinnitus, so my voice is louder than I can hear it.
No, listen, you ain't got nothing to apologize to me for, man.
I wanted to get Wynn's opinion on this because obviously I asked you last night, right, Wynn, if we got Visa, and the whole point is they feed the ball to him because he's quick, right? That's the point.
Yeah.
So with Voldemar, I get Chris wants to play because we paid £69 million for him, and there's this rumour that he's the superstar striker, even though I've looked at his past and he's really not. But to play him, don't you need a number 10?
23, by the way.
Well, I think Walter Mata should be the number 10. I think we should play them both.
When I would agree with you, but the point is, if there's a guy out there, right, the top manager, his name is Julian Nagelsmann. Now, if he can manage the national team and he knows that Voldemar, if you pass the ball to him, he's going to be able to get like a poacher's attack, if he can score goals for Germany freely, why is our manager not building around that?
We agree
at all.
Well, that's purely because our wingers, if you look at Germany's wingers, they've had fantastic games.
So
that's
our
wingers are not playing.
So that's the problem, Chris, and we agree, Chris, and that's the problem. It's not Walter Mata the problem. The problem is that we ain't got proper players around them, like any center forward.
To be honest, Chris, I'm 50-50 with that, right? I know we had an argument last night about it, but some people sometimes have to see common sense. And the fact is, when we bought Voldemar, I don't think we were going to play him from the start. What we were going to do is we had a number 9 that has played in the Prem, and the idea was to play him until Voldemar was ready to come and play the same system. Now, Vissa unfortunately proved last night that he kept asking people to give him the ball. Unfortunately, when I watch Voldemar, he doesn't shout at people to give him the ball. Now, you're not going to get the ball unless you demand it, and Vissa was doing that last night.
Well, that's an excellent point, actually, because I will say that Walter Mata needs to be more aggressive with that and yell. And then I can't remember there was an old center forward that said the team wasn't giving me the ball. So at halftime, I ripped every urinal possible, yelling at them, telling them, "Give me the damn ball."
Yeah,
and that's exactly
that's true. Because my dad always said, the best service is to give service. That last night I saw something, and we did agree. Last night I saw 2 wingers that should start every match. I'm sorry, the amount of crosses Harvey Barnes put in, and I've never seen Gordon do that. Like, that's the problem I had about last night. But when they brought on the 3 substitutes, nothing improved. It got worse.
Well, that's part of the problem why Walter Mata was knackered, because we stopped giving the center forward the ball because Gordon was thinking of himself, and then Ilanga was just being Ilanga. He couldn't even put a pass together. But I think that's unbelievable what you're talking about Harvey Barnes, because Harvey Barnes is usually a guy that scores, but he put that aside and said, "Look, I'm going to provide for the center forward." And so he puts his ego aside.
Exactly.
But Gordon, he can't. He doesn't want. He would be amazing playing right wing, but he won't do that because it's not in his benefit. It's not in his interest to do so.
Win. If you've got one player that could sit, like Tonali. I don't know.
I don't know that I want Tonali sitting, to be fair.
So sorry there, mate. Someone was trying to ring me. I just had to turn it off. Yeah, what I'm saying is we've got 2 number 10s, right? You've got Willock and you've got Ramsey, yeah? Now, by playing them yesterday, you saw a lot more creativity. Even though it didn't work, you could see that win. The amount of through balls that Visser was asking for and were going different direction, and Willock kept trying to run in front of Visser to try and score himself. Like, that is more creative than what we've seen where we just sit back and tank people attacking us.
Well, again, the main thing I noticed yesterday was that we were actually passing the ball forward instead of side to side. That was the big difference for me. But I think that was driven by the fact that Wisser was staying up in the box. He wasn't coming back.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you. That's the point. A lot of the season, we've spent all our time getting people to run down the wing, when going through the middle has had more success in one match.
Yeah, well, we had a caller on, I forget who it was now, who was saying that the reason our press is not being successful now was because it's not being led from the front. Because the one thing Isaac did do was he used to be up there, he was fast, he used to harry the goalie.
For example, this is the heat map. I don't know, Chris, you can look at your TV and everybody else in the chat. This is the heat map for yesterday.
I can see it, mate.
Of course, one play for 70 minutes, the other for 20. They're pretty similar. They're very similar. Yeah. They're very similar. Wisser's, of course, in the middle of the box. Guatemala in the middle of the box. But look at Wisser. Wisser's a lot in the midfield as well. Heat maps
can lie, because if you watch last night's match, go back and watch it, you can see a lot of the time Voldemar looks confused, where this is the difference. As we stated, you need a striker that's going to demand more for the people that are serving him. And unfortunately, look at the goal that Miley scored. Go back and watch the replay. Voldemar looks lost. He doesn't even know where he's going.
This is not a Voldemar which should for me, but even if you look at those maps, I mean, obviously it doesn't tell you there. I would suspect that those very pale yellow spots are like one touch. But if you look in the box itself, Wisser is there. It's much brighter than what Voldemar
is. Because he's played it for a long time, so you got to take it into consideration. He's played it for 70 minutes compared to Voldemar 20 minutes, and then again. But the brightest part for Voldemar is in the box. The brightest part for Wisser is in the box. Also, Wisser got the brightest part over here in the midfield.
Voldemar has got that. Those 2 equally bright spots. One which is where he normally is, between the halfway line and the box.
And look at Wisser over here in the midfield as well.
Lads, I have a question, and I think you might agree. Do you think that because we've got 2 different types of strikers, that maybe the manager should look up 2 different tactics, one for when he's playing Visser, which is obviously the high press, because you saw it last night, that him and Barnes and one other were pushing back the goalkeeper so he couldn't distribute the ball, so he had to go long so we could get it back. And then basically, should he not adapt a system for when he brings Voldemar on and try and put basically switch somebody to play the number 10 to feed the ball to him, because we got the players on the pitch. It's all right us saying we play a high pressing system, but if we're only going to do that for Vissa, at some point Eddie Howe has invested a lot of money in a striker. It's not a lot of difference. Was it £14 million difference? So it's not a lot of difference in price for these two players. But if we're going to play Voldemar, play to his system, and then when you bring Visser on, just switch it around to play to his strengths. It's not rocket science. The manager should have two different plans for the two different number 9s that he has.
Well, I could agree with that,
say,
but I also
still...
think...
Go on.
No, I also think the problem is that Walter Mata doesn't get service as opposed to Wissa. So I think that you can say what you can do what you said. That could be something to look to think about. But I also think that we need to put in. It would be interesting to see, for example,
was Ramsey and Willock still on when Voldemar came on?
Ramsey and Willock, I think they were, yeah.
So.
But you know who were crossing the balls?
Were they not passing to him?
I didn't see that. No, but the main thing was the wingers, though. The wingers were the ones given the Wissa in the first half. By the way, in the second half, I'm not going to agree that we were this attacking juggernauts. We weren't, in my opinion. And to be fair, if you actually look at the whole game, yeah, you can look at you can say Wissa was in the box. But how many times did we really give Wissa the ball to where he could choose to shoot? I mean, with the goal that he got a rebound
4 times.
And then
one
header that he didn't perform well on that header. And then you say 4 times. So 4 times in the whole game, that's not really a lot. But you could see the interest of the wingers, giving them the ball. And to where Harry Barnes didn't even get a look at shooting at Fulham. So, it's interesting.
You do have a good point, and Win has a good point. The point that people seem to forget is that when Voldemar plays, he gets marked out of the game. So therefore, there's not really much he's going to do. Even if you put Sport around him, if you're putting 2 players on a big guy, that takes up all of the time of the game. Like, it would literally be, we give it to Voldemar, we lose it. We give it to Voldemar, we lose it. So I don't know what you're going to do with this, but the fact is the reason why people have been playing Visser is because everybody's moving around. It wasn't just one player statutory waiting for the ball to come to him.
Well, something that is something that people don't pay attention to. When for some reason when Walter Mata, maybe because he's huge, and Walter Mata, when he's on the pitch, he draws 2 defenders on him most times. Like, there's a lot of players on him, maybe to defend him, maybe personal mark, whatever it is. And as opposed to Wissa is...
Chris, it's to take him out of the game. That's... When I tell you, like, when we had Mitrovic before, and people would literally pin on him to wind him up. If you got a big striker and people are scared of him, they will put 2 players on that one player because they think he's the guy. You've seen the goals he's scored so far this season, right? He's done 2 good headers and quite a few. He chipped the goal. He chipped Pickford. Like, if he's in the box, like, there's always a chance that somebody can score. But like you said, if the manager keeps playing Gordon, Elanga, you're not going to get any service from the wide men. But Barnes and Murphy, they should play every game because I just don't see what these 2 wingers offer that the manager keeps putting them on the pitch because they don't assist. As you said, Gordon hasn't assisted in 11 months and he hasn't scored an open goal in the Premier League since last August. That is literally selling form.
Well, you
get rid of it.
And that was the initial argument when we had an argument yesterday. I agree with you 100% about Gordon and Elanga because they are absolutely rubbish. Gordon hasn't played well in 2 weeks. But there are players, not because of name, or maybe, because of name, because you know what they've done in their quality, that they may have a bad spell like Tonali for 4 games. By the way, when he came on yesterday, he was on fire. So maybe he's having a bad, and you want to give him you want to keep giving him opportunities, but it's not the same as giving Gordon an opportunity because Gordon is not good, and he hasn't even been good whatsoever in the last 2 seasons. Wynn has been backing him because he runs around all of a sudden. That's supposed to be good. I don't see that at all. But
that's only because none of the other wingers have been performing either.
You should be arguing with Win, not me. We should be best friends.
Oh, no. I will have a general conversation with him because the fact is, you know as well as I do, Chris, you can tell Win something, but as long as he's got his beliefs, he's not going to listen to everything you tell him. So gradually you've got to basically sit Win down and put him in front of the telly and show him exactly what these players are doing so we can figure out how bad they really are.
The thing is, my biggest concern with Newcastle United, or what I want them to do is, when Eddie Howe to do is just play the same, and stop trying to rotate all the time because you're gonna knacker the players. Listen, we had this jump start, if you will, against Tottenham as well. We made 8 changes and it looked honky-dory and looked great, rotation, this and that, and then it went all down to shits. And then now we've got another 6 changes, and it looks great. It looks hunky-dory. So, we've been through this before. You will also get a jump start or a momentum shifter when you add new players and they all playing and they're all energetic and they're all doing it. But then we're going to start, we've got another match in the weekend against Chelsea. So we shall see. We shall see. Probably not going to play the same team. He's probably going to start Tonali, which I think is great.
See,
but
Chris,
maybe not play
issue.
Bruno.
I agree with you about Tonali because he is, as far as I'm concerned, he is a number 6 because he played it at Brescia before he went to AC Milan. He was a number 6 from the age of 14 until 21. Then the AC Milan manager put him in a double pivot with Frank Kessie, and that worked out for him. He had someone to cover him if he made forward runs. Now, all these people seem to think that Tonali's this creative player. Yes, he is for Italy, but at AC Milan, he tracked down players when they lost the ball.
He can do it all, man, in the midfield.
So,
that's the great thing.
Exactly. But the point is, I agree with you, right? Our manager has blinkers on when it comes to certain players. And until he takes off those blinkers, because what's the point of going all these games, putting on 2 wingers that can't create and can't score, because that makes your attack inept. Yeah, in other words, that's the reason why you are sitting in your back line defending, because there is no outlet when we defend with 4 and 5. There's no ball that you could just get someone like you said, 2 players, put a winger and a striker further up. They don't need to defend. Look what happened last time we put a striker to defend. He scored an own goal. Put players further up the pitch so you have an outlet to counter-attack. We don't do that. We just sit in a block wall and just sit there for like 20 minutes saying, well, we need to get our energy back now. We'll attack in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. But now we got bigger problems now because we don't have fullbacks.
Well, yeah, we do need to sign a fullback and a centre back. Honestly, because if you think about it, we don't know when Dan Burn's going to get back. Yeah, they could tell you 6 weeks, but how long does it take to repair a punctured lung?
Yeah, well, to be match fit, I think it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute.
Forget about even the lung. I know myself, when you break a rib, it's a long time before you hunky dory.
Chris,
I'm with you on that, mate. I fell off a scaffolding and I managed to go over the pole, and these bolts fractured and shattered to the left-hand side of my ribs. It took me 6 months to get back to normal and be able to go back to work. So breaking ribs is not, and like you said, a punctured lung. My brother has a punctured lung. He cannot do physical activities because of the damage that was done to it. So knows what's happened with Burn.
Yeah. Chris, we got to let
you
go,
mate.
Do you
think they're going to sell Botman?
Well, maybe. I'm not sure.
Because this back injury sounds a little bit precarious, doesn't it? Because the guy has knee problems, suddenly he has a back injury, and he's being touted to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll happen. But problem he's got now.
So I'm not sure.
No, it's a back problem. They said they're giving him injections because he has a problem with his back.
We had to.
I heard that as well. But when I looked it up yesterday, it's a thigh problem.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. Yeah. The only advice I'd give you two before I leave is, I get it was a great result yesterday, but we got 2 league games that are going to decide what exactly happens to us this year, because Chelsea aren't going to be easy, and then we've got Man United on Boxing Day. Like you said the other day, Win, it's all right winning a cup game, but we got City next, and the chance of beating them over 2 legs is nigh on impossible with the injuries that we have.
Shut up, impossible.
No. That's realism.
Nothing's
That's
impossible.
realism.
I have
That's
found.
realism. That's realism. Anyway, Chris, thank you very much for calling us, man. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll see you on the next one, bro.
All right, mate. Have a good day.
You too, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Chris.
That was Chris there, folks. Call us now. Some people trying to call us. Call us now, folks. 0191-916-8864. Have your say. What do you want to say? What do you want to agree, disagree, whatever? Call us now and have your say. A lot of people, blessing in disguise, burn injury, says somebody that says battle blogs. We got Mick Bingley from St. Andrews. Mick, good morning, mate.
Oh, good morning, Chris. Morning, Win.
Morning.
How are you, brother?
How's things?
Oh, we're doing
Yeah,
Well,
well,
man, I just, you know what it is? Just delivering, believe it or not, loads of salt, road salt. Like, I'm an Arctic driver, like a class 1, like, you know, a truck driver, and just salt. It's not
Because
even
freezing.
cold, but we're delivering salt.
Oh, because they get prepared, baby. They get prepared.
That's
There's a
it.
blizzard out there.
Be
It's coming.
prepared.
It's coming out there, man. Hey, but so what do you think,
Anyway,
man?
how's things?
Oh, we're doing great. But what do you think about the game?
But, well, what I can say, the result last night, yeah, good result, great. In the next round, the game, you know, I didn't play. I don't think we played well, really. That good enough to get over the line. You know what I mean? Miley done a good job at right back. You know, I mean, the lad was shoved in there. Aye. Wizard, I was impressed when Wizard. Doing what a number 9 does. Get in the box there.
Yeah, man.
That's the big thing that's come away from this, I think. The fact that, we've got a proper fox in the box striker now again.
Proper. Everything proper, man. That's just so annoying.
I mean, people say it was an easy goal. It doesn't matter. He was there, and the goalkeeper knocked it out, and he was there to knock it in. That's his job. So, you know, it might be an easy goal, but he scored.
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't that easy either. It was travelling.
Yeah, exactly. And he was always round that box. And shit, after about 70 minutes, like, I think he was a bit knackered, like, which, you know, understandable. But Big Nick at the minute, like, he looks a bit lost there. Feel ashamed for him. But he just looks a bit lost in his cell, like. But then again, if he's not getting the service.
We are knackered.
There you go, man. If we not get the service, that's the problem. That's this proper this is all irrelevant. You get him I want to see the same type of service, and then we shall judge. This is all this nonsense.
He's got to put himself in the position where he's going to get the service.
He was in the box plenty of time yesterday, and nobody gave him the ball. So,
He was. No, nobody gave him the ball, Chris. It didn't at all. Hey, what was the matter when the mighty win last night? Was he knackered, Chris?
Oh, he was
knackered,
man. Yeah.
I actually left the match at half time.
He left the match at half time,
man. Yeah,
man. You know, he's
What you got, Chris? The man flu?
I've got the man flu, indeed. I have,
A man gave him something. That's for sure. You know, he likes.
Chris, I'll ask you. You've got a sensible head on you. What did you think of the game?
Well, listen, I don't think we were particularly great, but I think it was better, but much better than the derby. It didn't take much, to be fair. All you got to do is show up and play.
Well, that's true.
But I wasn't disappointed to say, you know, this is a horrible game. But it's just, I mean, you can label it as paper over the cracks or just, you know, a decent game. I like that the wingers realize they have a center forward to pass the ball to, and they give him the ball.
Right.
They look for Wissa.
Yeah.
They look for Wissa. Murphy and Barnes. So they look for Wissa. I wish they would have
27 crosses in the first 45 minutes.
Exactly. And I wish they would have kept doing that.
What it was.
I wish they would have kept doing that when Waltamara was on, and but they didn't because you know Gordon came in, Ilanga came in, and once those come in, then you know it's over.
We are knackered.
You know, because they're not in good form whatsoever. Tonali was amazing, by the way. He came in and he was all over the pitch again. You know, so I enjoy that one. Bruno was decent as well, and that's the thing. You got to play with them too. It's got to be Bruno. It's got to be Tonali. You know, Mick.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
We came in the semi-final, you're right. And we beat all the big teams last year, but this, to me, is going to be very... If we carry on playing the way we are, we will get hammered off Man City. So
that's the
hopefully, they get the guy in and a different team.
Well, that's
what they
the
said
thing.
last year. That's what they said last year when we got drawn against Arsenal.
It ain't got nothing to do with last year, man. We actually playing good against Arsenal. We were playing good, man. There was nothing about playing bad against Arsenal. So stop lying, man. We were playing good.
No,
we were playing good, and
we did play good.
And so, you know, we're not playing the same as last year. I don't care how many times Wayne wants to lie to people and trying to change the narrative. It's not the same.
Last year, if you remember, he went to 5 at the back.
Chris, I don't particularly think we played that well at the back end of last season. But
well, the end of last season, no, we felt.
And what I'm saying, if they get that up together by, the Man City game in 3 weeks time or something, whatever it is, 4 weeks time, hopefully they get back to winning ways, and give them a game. You know what I mean? The only thing is the first leg's at St. James, isn't it? But Man City's on fire and all, and they'll have all the top guns out for that.
Yeah, that's the problem too. And surprisingly, they always have us on the second leg away, which that's already going to be in favor of Man City. But
we'll see. We'll got Chelsea this week. What win? What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think the chances are with Chelsea then?
I think we'll beat them always.
Oh my God! Here we go, Mick. You're never gonna get an honest answer, man. You're just gonna get somebody just telling you.
That is an honest
whatever.
answer. I think we'll beat them.
It's incredible, man. Yeah, that's fine, but you how and why?
What do you think, Chris? Chelsea, any chance?
Look, I think that if you listen, we do this prediction thing. I'm always going to say we're going to win, but that's not the same as sitting here trying to have a articulate a point and say, oh, we'll just beat them. Like how and why and what's the reason? That's the question. Listen, it's going to be a difficult game, but they are coming to St. James's Park, which is but I don't think it's going to be an easy game just to say we'll beat them. They are playing decent. Chelsea is a decent team now, not the same as last season or before. They're a good team.
I tell you what, a lot will depend on whether Hall and Livermore off it.
Well, they are going to be off it.
Well, it didn't look good for Livermore, did it?
No, Livermore came out injured. Lewis Hall is not. I don't know what's going on with Lewis Hall. He's got
don't know
a
yet
hamstring
how
problem.
badly they are. And Lewis Hall apparently was just
I don't know.
No, that's not no, you're knackered. You're spouting lies once again. He's got a hamstring problem. Lewis Hall has a hamstring problem.
That's exactly what he's got, a hamstring.
So he's knackered. And in Livermore, Eddie Howe says he doesn't look good. So, but we'll see.
Yeah.
On that one, we will see. But if it's already not looking good, then and by the way, he hasn't been rested whatsoever, Livermore. So you would think he's going to skip this one. And then you go back. That's the biggest problem because now the rumor and the rumor mill is saying that let me see here because I'm pulling it up. That Keith Downey is saying right now. Eddie Howe confirms. I don't know how. He may have asked him a question. Maybe send him a text message. Eddie Howe confirms he can recall Matt Targett from his Middlesbrough loan in January and may do so due to Newcastle's defensive injury crisis. He said, in quote, according to him, Eddie Howe saying, we'll make that decision closer to the time when we can in January. He also said, we are in a dangerous territory. I don't have many more rabbits I can pull out of my hat, out of the hat, says Eddie Howe, according to Keith Downey and Sky Sports. So if Eddie Howe is telling you he's got no more rabbits to pull out of the hat, then you know
we are knackered.
We're knackered, man. Because if he's admitting to that.
Knackered.
Matt Target coming back, baby. The 100K a week signing. Lord, he's having a good game at a good season at Borough, by the way, though.
He's how it is.
He's having a good season at Middlesbrough. To be honest, and to be fair to him, like he's doing okay.
Jody then says, Matt Target, we are not good. Well, listen, we ain't got nothing.
No matter what Matt Target, I've said it a million times.
Yeah, for 100K, there's a lot to matter with that. But I think the Murphy kid didn't do bad either, though, yesterday.
Well, we're paying that anyway. Even when he's playing well, we're paying half of it. Oh, thank you, Trolls.
Anyway, guys, Chris,
Mick, thank you very much,
go on,
man.
I'll let you get on and take some more calls, mate.
Lovely,
I'll be
mate.
in touch soon.
Have a good one, buddy. Have a good one. That was Mick there. Mick Bingley from St. Andrews. Call us now and have your say, folks. 01919168864. Call us and react to the game that happened yesterday. However, don't hide. Voice your opinion. So, Trolls, thank you. Gift that membership.
Gone to Paul Wright, 9332. Thank you very much, Trolls.
The big problem is going to be the fullbacks now. That's the bigger fish to fry. And Matt Target, you know, it's our prerogative, so we're going to have to just get it done and do what we can. Mighty Win,
And we've also got Shea missing for the Arsenal game.
No, for the Man City game. He's suspended for the Man City. He's going to miss Man City. So yeah, but that's later on down the line. The whole might be healthy then. I don't know. I ain't got a clue. But we got another caller here, just from feet away from. Let's just put it that way. Feet away from St. James's Park. Richie Toon Nut. Richie, good morning. Oh, good afternoon now.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Rich.
How are you?
Hello there. I thought having Wissa on last night was just a huge difference, and we need to play it to that strength where we'll have the wingers supplying the balls in, and he made the difference for me, like he really did.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I respect that opinion. I respect that. I think the difference, in my opinion, is it was the wingers. That was the main difference.
Also, like, we had like Shaw and all with that absolutely amazing ball for our goal as well, where that was just unreal. That was absolute class. That was just brilliant. I've never seen a decent pass like that from Newcastle, and I can't remember the last time.
Well, that's
where he set it up for Murphy, and then Murphy got it out and was scored. You know, that long ball was unbelievable, class.
Yeah, I thought it was also slightly lucky the way Murphy was able, because it was a good ball, but it was an amazing cross from that ball. The way the ball bounced and the way Murphy had to control it, and it went like a rocket into the middle. You know, that was why everybody's saying that was an easy goal for Wissa. It wasn't, because that ball was travelling.
Yeah, it was. Well, but the point is, like, you know, when was the last time we seen passing like that? You know, like, I can't recall. How long ago?
And that is the main thing. That was the difference to me in this game, especially in the first half, first 20, 30, 35 minutes. By the way, Wissa got a rebound, man. He got the ball bouncing and he tapped it in. So it's not like he caught the ball of the cross. It was the goalkeeper's mishap.
No, but that was from Murphy. That ball that you're talking about there. I'm on about the one just before that got the ball to Murphy. That was unbelievable. Also, where Italian Stallion's corner was just unbelievable, man. Did you see how he picked that ball out? Tremendous.
That was painted like Picasso, baby. I mean, that was
it was indeed.
I mean, yeah, but, you know, fans are so fickle, man. They go up and down. They're like, get Tonali off the corner. They're like, man, let that man cook, man. He's going to cook. Sometimes, you know, sometimes not everything is going to be great all the time, man. He's a human being. He's having an off time. But I watched his celebration when we scored, and that didn't look like a man. Remember when I said on my last call, I think his head's been turned. That didn't look as though his head was turned by that celebration. It looked as though he was over the moon for you know. Sometimes players just have a drop in form, but then you could argue then it's up to the manager then to you know, rest these players or bring them on at certain times after that, like not play them as much. You know, I don't know. That's a fair point. Tonali, when he came on and you know, Adama Traore had the ball and Tonali just pickpocket that ball and Traore didn't even know what happened. That was unbelievable.
That's right.
On the right side, on the lower part of, if you're watching it on TV, that was lovely.
Mm-hmm.
But Mighty Wayne won't mention Tonali because he's part of the Tonali out cult. and blaming the players that don't need to be blamed, Colt. And that is the problem, too, Nat. But
yeah.
Here's the thing, man. We shall see about the center forward situation. We shall see, because this energy, that we gotten yesterday. We had the same thing with Walter Mata. Nobody was whinging or complaining. And but I think the biggest test is going to be about them two playing together. Why is Eddie Howe not keen, not willing to play both of them together? That is the biggest question here, because I think we're missing a big.
I wouldn't complain if you played them both together. I mean, we were so unlucky that we didn't have another goal. Like Murphy's ball in / goal that was offside last night was like really good play as well. We seem to be getting up them wings and getting the ball out, and that's what we've been missing for a long time. And unfortunately, when you've got Elanga and Blinken Gordon on, they don't want to do that for some reason, or they can't. One of the two. They just can't.
One or two things for Elanga. As sad as it is, because the two options are not good. One, he doesn't want to do it, which is not good. But I think even worse, Elanga to me doesn't even look like a proper footballer. Where he doesn't look like he can pass. I mean, it doesn't seem like he can think, and it may be right. Just a really bad. But the thing is, though,
he could. Sorry for cutting you off. He could for Forrest, though, couldn't he? He could. So when that's there, we want to just get it out of him. But unfortunately, have we got time to wait for that, though? I don't know.
I don't. Well, listen.
I don't think it's a short answer.
And it's
I think you've got to go with what's working best.
Night and day, Harvey Barnes and Jacob Murphy. Night and day, how they were looking for the
100%.
And the other two, well, Gordon, we know he's assisting or passing the ball. It's not a good look for him. So he doesn't like that. He wants to be the man. He wants to shoot. He wants to score. He wants to be the man of the match, which Win has given him all season long. He wants to be the main guy. So he's never going to look to assist. That's not his thing. You know what I mean? So that is actually a problem that Eddie Howe needs to see. He's not seeing it. He keeps putting them on.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate because Walter
Mata is the one suffering. He needs to wake up from that. He needs to wake up. And also, that's another problem, though, with Eddie, right? Because as you know, I'm Eddie in. But he hasn't got a plan B, C, or D, has he? He's only got plan A, and then that's it. And quite regular, someone might come off injured, and he puts somebody on and we'll start playing much better. And that's just simply by pure chance that a player's come off injured, and then all of a sudden we'll look a better team through whatever that injury's been. It's not him mentally thinking, if I put him on now, we can win the game through tactics. It's just pure luck, something most of the time, Well, and that needs to be addressed. Is Tyndall the man to help him? Is he the man to help us as a team? Because he needs somebody else to help him out now, in my opinion. He really does.
There you go.
Yeah, well, that's Borky's saying. One of the problem may be solvable by getting someone new on the coaching staff. He's had the same coaching staff since he came, basically.
Well, we've become stale now, and we haven't got a plan B, C, or D. We haven't got them, and we need to have a plan B, C, and D. And just my last thing I'm going to touch on is the amount of hate for Eddie is actually frightening. When it's unbelievable. We need to get behind him. He's proved he can win with things. He's proved that he can get into Champions League. Let's get behind him, man. No good blinking the hatred for him. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have a fair point there. I think that on match days, in particular, we need to support the team, no matter what.
There was plenty of Eddie Love going around the ground yesterday.
Well, that's what I want to hear, Win. That's what I want to hear. Get behind the bloke, man. Didn't blinking slag him off. I'm sure a lot of people last night was begging for us to lose last night so they could get the hatred out for Eddie again. It's actually it's horrible. It's horrible to read when I'm reading it in the comments and And it doesn't. This doesn't happen in the game around the grounds for what I've heard.
Well,
I've never. You know, my job, right? In my job, I talk to a lot of Newcastle United supporters. I'm not going to dox myself on what I do, but I talk to a hell of a lot, and I've never heard anyone say Eddie out, Eddie out. I'm hearing they're starting to shift towards the middle now, but I've never heard. I've never heard any hatred the way I'm reading at times. It's frightening, you know, like because there was a flag for Eddie last night. Oh, isn't that pathetic? No, it's not pathetic. What's wrong with it? Why are you offended by a flag of Eddie? What's wrong with you?
But you got to understand that there is legit criticism out there, though, because he.
Oh yeah, I'll give criticism when he deserves it myself. You know, he hasn't got a plan B, C, or D, and that needs addressing. And if he can't address it, he's got to go. He does have to go. But let's try and get him this B, C, and D. You know, before we get rid of him. Because look at them, Man U, man. They got rid of the managers and have them improved straight away. No, it takes time, man. And they've got far more money than we can, hoy. We can't throw the money that they can. We can't do that at all.
Again, they are spending money so they can compete for the league. We're not expecting that. Or as Newcastle fans, you shouldn't expect to win the league, but you should expect to be a lot better than we are this season. And
I agree. We should. We definitely should. And I think we need so many new players. We've got to start buying under 25s from now on. We have to, in my opinion. We need to buy under 25s from now on. Because our squad's starting to get a bit old for my liking.
Well, that's always been the policy, you know. Bear in mind when we bought Bruno, Tonali, Botman, they were all well under 25.
Yeah, but we spend on young players, man. It's not working out. It's not. I don't see where the old guys are. If you will, if that's what you're saying, where are the old guys? I mean, you got Burn.
Well, the aging aren't they? Like Burn. How old's Burn?
33.
How old's Shaw?
You're talking about Burn.
How old's Shaw?
Shaw is probably up in the 30, but he wasn't starting. It was always going to be Botman and Chow, but the other ones are hurt. But those are one thing, and but everybody else is young. Tonali's not old. Bruno is not old. Voltemada is extremely young. Voltemada gets a lot of heat when he's only 23 years old. It's like he wasn't a goal scorer 2 years ago. He was 21, man. He wasn't even thought of as a starter. But now, he is. So that's the thing. And listen, I don't think that every international team out there really holds a lot of weight. But you're not going to tell me that you're going to be playing as much heat as Germany carries in the world of football, especially in Germany, clearly. You're not going to tell me he's a starting center forward, scoring goals left and right, and he's no good. He's not a good center forward. That is true. Nonsense.
I mean, if you look at how they play with the wingers getting the ball whipped in at him. We just need to copy that. That's all we need to do, copy that. That's all we need to do. It's just that simple, really, isn't it? That's simple. But he needs to push up more. For me, he comes back far too much for my liking. He needs to learn from what Wissa was doing last night, push up more. And you can argue that's not his game, but he needs to implement that in his game. Then if that's not his game, he needs to. That's where Eddie needs to say, listen, you're sitting far too far back for my liking. Get up a bit more. You know, and also when we're defending, we need to push up a little bit more as well, instead of sitting back too much and inviting it. We need to push up that a little bit more, 5 yards, 10 yards further up.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Toon, for calling us, mate. Appreciate it. And,
anytime, mate.
What's your
cheers, my friend. Okie dokie.
Take care, man. Yeah. Take care. That's a lovely call there from Toon. Call us now. You have your say. 0191-916-8864. You can also call from different countries if you got Google Voice or Skype or anything like that. Put in the number and call us now, folks, and have your say. The biggest problem for Newcastle United is going to be the fullbacks. We are knackered, proper knackered now, because against Chelsea, they're not going to play more than likely. So now you got to play Murphy. But look, that Murphy kid didn't do bad. He doesn't offer much going forward, but he was pretty solid. But that's the thing. All you have to do is put him on the pitch and trust. He did that once Eddie Howe doesn't do that really. He did that, and it turned out not bad at all. So, and it was an elimination game. Sometimes you just got to do what it is. You just this moving players around just to fit the others. That makes no sense. It's as great as Miley was, and Miley was really good yesterday. We're not gonna be playing on right back, man. I don't want to see that nonsense because
he wasn't playing back, was he? That was the problem.
But that's a good thing. That's not a problem. That's a good thing. The
well, it was a problem for their goal.
That was an empty cross, though. I mean, it wide open.
But the winger was complete. There was nobody in that quadrant at all when he got the ball.
If you will, that's proves my point. And I'm just all I'm doing here is showing conviction, because if I criticize Denver for playing left back and he's not a left back, then I must criticize Miley for playing right back when he's not a right back. Do not play. I don't know how he's came up with this, by the way, but I don't care if he's doing it in training. I don't care if I don't care what's going on. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. Don't play with wing. No, don't play with change the formation. Play 3 at the back, 5 midfielders. You can put the right wing there, the left wing there, and do your thing, and the 2 center forwards up top, or however you want to do it. But then don't do it. But don't try to invent something it's not going to work, man. It's really, I don't know what adjective to put on it, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Going to have to do something else, because if Kraft is not fit, I haven't heard anything from Kraft. Last time he wasn't fit.
No, January. In his presser, he said January before Kraft.
Trippier's not fit. And then Hall and Livramento, even if they're sort of fit, even if they stop feeling pain or whatever, they probably shouldn't play. So you're going to have to get to the point where you change the formation. Look, you're going to have to do something, man. Life gives you lemons. Start making lemonade. Simple, man. You don't have to start looking in a rabbit in the hat and all that. Matt Target can come in, that's fine, but you only got one, so you're going to put Target on the left, and then who's going to be on the right? Mine? Don't do that, man. Come on, don't do that. It's not, as you said, you were talking about the goal, although Murphy was on that particular play. I believe Miley was in and out. He didn't even know whether to go. He didn't know whether he was coming or going.
Miley was centre mid at the time.
Center back, yes, like center back almost. So, but of course the
but
big
he
problem
was past the half wheeling.
But a big
doing a big Dan.
No. Miley was on in the box. I remember that clearly. He was in the box. I remember him didn't even know whether he was coming or going.
He ran back when it was far too late.
The thing is,
the problem was when their left winger got the ball, there was nobody within 20 yards of him when he put the cross in, which, by the way, should have been defended better.
Well, of course, he was wide open. That can't happen either. So he was definitely wide open. Two corner phrases. I would play Miley right back. He did okay. No, what? How do you see that? How do you see that he did okay as a right back? Miley was more or less another midfielder, man. That's really what more or less another midfielder. So it's just and of course he scored the game winner, so he's going to get points from that. And that was great. That was just kind of a if you will, I don't know, the destiny. If you think about it, but let me go with some comments here. Let's go with some star comments. And call us now, folks. Have your say. 0191-916-8864. Have your say. Brent says Murph was not at fault for that goal. He was in front of his player, had a foot out, but the pass got by him. It was Bruno's fault for jogging back. Oh yeah, Bruno was jogging back as well. Yeah, I mean it's a quick play, and to be honest, Fulham with a few passes, they would. That was in the first half though. Really, Fulham weren't a good team, but we were slightly better, and that's the difference there. And the wingers, why did Barn do last night? No goals or assists, and pretty quiet. He would listen. Both wingers kept crossing the ball to the center forward, kept trying to look for the center forward. That's what they did. That's the difference maker. And we ended up, playing decent in the first half. So I don't know what Niall's agenda against Barnes is now, but it's there. Up Doctor says, delighted that Jacob Ramsey was finally given the chance. He was my man of the match. Ramsey was pretty good. Ramsey was very good. You just got to give him minutes, man. You got to give him minutes. I don't know why. Now we're starting to discover America all of a sudden when it should have been simple. Give him minutes. What do you attribute that to? Give him the ball, and put him on the pitch, and he plays good. So why can't you play him more? What's the issue? And we know that Joe Linton's not playing because he's injured. It's not because Eddie Howe is really making these decisions. So there's no hate there, but it's a fact. So why not just trust Ramsey more? He's performing. He did last night was an amazing game, and again he might have nights off, just like everybody else.
It's an amazing game come from by Ramsey.
You were in the taxi half of the time, man. So
No, I saw all the game. I saw the first half live and the second half on the telly.
Look, man. If you didn't see that Ramsey play good, then I don't know what to say. It's too early for me to argue over nonsense. But Ramsey was pretty good. But again, on the dream team, he's not going to be there, of course. But he's one hell of a sub. But he hasn't been getting played over Willock, though. He hasn't even been getting played. That's the problem. He hasn't even getting any minutes. It's not like he's a sub that comes in and helps from the bench. No, he not at all. Niall, none of the players played up to scratch, bar Bruno against the Mackhams. So there you go. Gary McRae says Murphy needs to play as a wingback against Chelsea. Murphy is a wingback. Well, that's true as well. By the way, he can play right back. He's probably going to do it.
But he can't play right.
Well,
he
can play, but he can play that. But I mean, last time he did that though, he was knackered.
But you know what happens when we go five at the back? Doesn't work yet.
No, but it doesn't. It doesn't have to be five at the back. There's three at the back. Let them.
Yeah, well, three at the back, five at the back. Call it what you will.
No, it's
never worked.
It's an attitude. No, but we've been playing with five at the back more than three at the back, and that's the problem. You got to tell your wingers, don't come down so often, man. This is three at the back. We got to sort it, and if we absolutely need it, of course, come down. But your job is to attack. Maybe that's the solution. Although, I mean, Murphy that day, I remember what team, who were we playing when he was trying to defend, but he couldn't even. I don't think he had one good pass all game. I forgot that we were doing the watch along, three of us. We were.
I can't remember
away.
What it was either.
That was unbelievable. Harpaul says double pivot of Bruno and Sandro and Walter sitting at the 10, Wissa up top, and that's why I got my dream team lineup here. That I have my dream team lineup. Here we go. With everybody absolutely fit, of course. Ramsdale, you got Chiao and Shaw. You got Hole on the left, Livramento on the right. Midfield, Bruno and Tonali. And right wing, Murphy. Left wing, Barnes, Voltemata and Wissa. And you can change either Wissa or Voltemata there. You can do all that. Because by Wissa being here, Voltemata will have no choice but to stay up front. And actually, they will interchange. This is just on picture, by the way, because they will interchange anyway. They will help off each other. Voltemata give him the pause. Give and go to Wissa. Give and go to Voltemata. And Voltemata maybe shoot and score, and vice versa. They're going to be feeding off each other, going off each other, linking up with each other. It's not really going to be a static thing. But I think that could be the most lethal lineup we could possibly put out. And then, if I would put Gordon here, if he ever decides that he wants to be a footballer, he can play here on the right, if you will. But if he doesn't change his attitude, then he has to not play.
That lineup there, we would get slaughtered in midfield.
No, we won't.
I think I agree with playing Voltemata and Wissa, but what you do is you drop one winger, and you still have your three in midfield. You have. I would have Mailey in with Tonali and Bruno. And
how are you going to form? You're going to put.
Well, you can start off, for example, with Barnes. So you're going 4-3-2-1 effectively.
That's what this is, man. 4-2-3-1.
You're 4-2-3-1. I would go 4-3-2-1. So you're not depleting the midfield. Because play good teams, they'll overrun the midfield, and then all you can't do it on his own. Bruno's got no recovery pace. You need another body in midfield.
You will have a Christmas tree, basically. Which not necessarily a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing. Because if you take this guy out, but the thing is, if you take Murphy out, then you're not a direct team. You're gonna be, which I'm not against. You would be very much a thinker team.
Yeah, well, you see, and if that's not you can take Barnes
I'm
off.
good with that.
On.
No, don't you can never do that way. Don't do that, man. You're gonna be called a Macam soon, so don't do that. Don't be that naive. We're gonna take this. Listen, I don't do much of this anymore, really. But if you do Miley here, that would be lovely but then you become a thinker team. Which, by the way, I'm not saying that we don't need. I'm on for that. However you want to put these guys, it's irrelevant. They're going to be there, but because then you're not going to have wingers running.
Then you've got either Miley or Bruno coming forward, with still having two sitting.
And these guys here, man, you got the Christmas tree. You want the Christmas tree lineup, and so, but these guys here will be thinking and linking up with each other like nobody's business. Everybody and their mama are going to be hiding from these guys. I mean, it's lethal, man. It's lethal. Giving and going. 4 goals per game, guaranteed. I'm with you on that. That's an interesting. That's the first thing that makes sense that you've said all year. But a 4-2-3-1 works as well. But the thing is, we're talking nonsense because at the end of the day, your Lord and Savior is not going to make any change like this. So. And you keep on saying, you keep saying, I knew you were going to say that. We shall see. But you keep on shall seeing, and it never happens. So there you go. Brent said,
both being fully fit at the minute.
They are fully fit, man. They could play with each other 20 minutes if you want to, but they don't. You have been criticizing that. So stop telling your mind. Stop letting your heart speak, man. Let your mind speak. You're letting your heart and your obsession and your all of that speak for you, man. Stop, man. 20 minutes, at least they could play with each other. When you need a goal, when you need to beat Fulham, when you need to beat the Macams, he hasn't done it. And he used to do that with Isak and Callum Wilson, by the way. And he doesn't do it.
That's why I'm saying he'll do it. But he only did it when they were both fit.
And you got these two fit. So what are you on about? Brent
I don't think
says,
I haven't fully fit yet.
So you're playing unfit players. The one that's coming from an injury is Wissa. He started and played in 70 minutes. So what are you on about? I'm not understanding your point. Brent says, I have Bruno's man is wide open because he's jogging back. No one should be that open in the box ever. Just because a cross got by a winger or a fullback doesn't mean the goal is 100% their fault. I agree with that as well. I agree with that. Toon Nut, I want Eddie Outers to call. I need a laugh. Nobody's calling. Come on, man. Call us and have your say. 0191-916-8864. Paul Sprague, Tino or Hall can't see either playing for a few games now. Yeah, that's true as well. You know why? On our day, we can beat anyone. We need our better players to have been given a good dressing down and a kick up the you-know-what so that they are back to perform at their best levels. Target is doing well at Borough in the championship. There you go. Well, I mean, that's where he can.
And that's an absolutely fair point, you know.
That's a fair point, but they're more possibly going to get promoted. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're looking good for promotion.
I think that game done Miley the world of good. Played like a senior player for the first time, in my opinion. Long may it continue, says Michael. Schnackson says, gonna have to spend in January, but I don't want them to give him money, Eddie Howe. Well, to be fair, it's gonna have to be a mixture of both. But you can't, when you can't disagree with that. I mean, by the fact that you have a deadline for somebody, that means that you're not trusting them too much anyway. You have a Christmas deadline. Now you keep extending it, but you still have a deadline nonetheless. You can't really trust them 100% with spending.
I can trust Eddie with spending. Don't have a problem trusting Eddie with spending.
And you're gonna have all his players.
I just
what you want.
His record.
And you're gonna exactly. He bought Ilanga. He's bought Ramsey, who he doesn't play. Oh wait a minute. He bought all these guys.
To be fit.
Ramsey's fit, man. What do you mean wait to be fit? Why you keep coming with this argument, waiting to be fit, or all players, man? He's fit. Who's told you he's not fit?
When you're not gonna, six in the box to our 5. No mids.
Yeah.
He didn't have a midfielder in the box.
Brand says people who use terms like hate and negative have no argument other than emotional. Ooh.
Prove that we're wangers.
Other than emotional, man. You be like, you're like a woman, man. You're emotional, Win. Okay,
I think he was referring to.
No, he's talking to you. He's talking to you, man. He's talking to you. All the happy clappers. Toon said the same thing, but he's talking to you as well.
We know he's happy clapper. Bedwetter in chief, along with the rest of them. But that has been for months and months.
But you got no arguments for that, though. You got no arguments for it.
I just say, let's see where we are on the table.
So, but let's see, it's not an argument, man. That's just whatever. But anyway, it will do Miley no harm playing
when it's all finished.
Yeah, you can start judging the progress of it. Yeah, you can. Fluffmeister, Mighty was class at right back. Oh, wait, man. This is some of these takes, man. A class at right back. I want to know how many. I want to know how he played at right back. By the way, not putting in the cross in. He wasn't a right back, man. Come on, man. He was in midfield. So, remind him of Sinchenko at City when he inverted. Come on, man. Win, you got to help me out with this, man. Come on, you can't make me.
3 out of 5 tackles. 1. This is Miley.
What that got to do with being the right back?
8 defensive contributions in the whole game. 3 out of 5 tackles, 1 interception, 2 clearances.
No, he had a good game.
4 recoveries. 6 out of 7 ground duels, 1. 4 out of 5 aerial duels, 1. Super score man of the match, but that's just because he got the goal.
Because he's got the goal. But listen, he had a good game, but he's not a right back, man.
He did have a good game, but he's not a right back. Exactly, he had a good game. He was effectively DM.
He was in the midfield, man. He was in the midfield most of the time, man. He was basically playing right midfield. So highway, man. We can't jump the gun like that, man.
Invented a new position, DM.
Come on, man. It's the good old back in the day. They had a number for it. It wasn't at the 8. Oh no, not the 8. Which one was it? Back they don't use that no more. But basically, it was a midfielder on the right or the left. So I guess he'll be the old school right half. That's not a bad position to be honest. But he's not a right back though, man. Play against the proper team and you'll see he's not a right back. I mean, look at the goal that we were mentioning. Look at the goal. I mean, it's not his fault solely, but I mean, he was nowhere to be seen. He didn't know whether he was coming or going. That's for certain. The more comments here. Took on a phrase. Reset. We'll play more. Don't panic. Reset. Maybe I don't know what's it. Don't panic. He played yesterday, Chris. Didn't you notice? So many games ahead, we will be rotating. Not sure what Two Corner Phrase is saying there. Satish says playing a midfielder at right back should only be a stopgap or a change in a game when going all out in attack. Miley long term has to play his natural position. Exactly, man. I think, but actually, more or less,
it was like emergency situation yesterday. We just didn't have a right back anyway.
Well, more or less, if you will, You can play him right out of the three midfielders. You can probably put him on the right now and see, how he performs. If you want,
why saying Miley right back. Eddie Howe was copying the tactics of City and Liverpool, which was basically Liverpool had Alexander-Arnold doing that, a midfielder playing right back, and on the other side, City had Zinchenko, the left midfield playing left back.
Yeah, so, and the sort of the breaking news, Stephen, NUFC, is that Eddie Howe confirms that he can recall Matt Target in January, and he says, and quote, "I don't have many more rabbits I can pull out of the hat." So according to Keith Downey. So he might be coming back. That also speaks a lot of our academy, or speaks a lot of Eddie Howe, who doesn't give the academy any time of the day. At some point, though, you will have to excuse a manager because, you can say, well, you can't give these young lads, put them in the spotlight and they don't perform, and then what? Eddie Howe is the numpty because he wouldn't be a numpty. He would not be a numpty because this is an emergency situation. So he would just play whatever he can play, whoever he can play. So it wouldn't be an Eddie Howe. I don't think he would deserve criticism if he plays young lads to give him an opportunity. By the way, you got Shahar on the bench as well. So if you're out of every single possible fullback, play Shahar. It cannot be that bad, man. He cannot be that bad. He shouldn't be playing for Newcastle United. He shouldn't even be on the bench.
No,
if he's that bad.
The only problem is if you do that, you've got to lose another player somewhere else. So you're saying you play Shahar and you don't play Miley?
It's a right back, yeah.
So
Miley is a midfielder.
So you would rather have the
But why? Miley needs to play in the midfield. So why are you putting him? He's not a right back, man. So
right. So Miley comes in the midfield. Who do you drop? Tonali or Bruno?
Ramsey. Why you act? We got three midfielders win.
So you drop Ramsey. So you're putting Shahar in the team to drop Ramsey.
What the heck is going on here? Am I not seeing what's right in front of me, man? What's going on here?
What
how
I'm
hard
saying
is that to understand?
If you do what Eddie did, which was to play Miley in an unorthodox position, at least you're keeping your best players on the pitch. If you're going to put Shahar at right back, you've got to drop one of those.
Mate,
you're saying drop Ramsey. That's fair enough. So I'm asking the question: would you prefer to have?
But what kind of question
Shahar
is that?
At right back,
okay,
and only play two in midfield, or would you do what he did?
You ain't got to play two midfield. First of all, nothing's going to change. 4-3-3 is always going to be the thing forever and ever and ever. So you got three midfielders. You drop Ramsey off because Miley is playing slightly better than Ramsey. And then that's it. But you're always going to be 4-3-3. Miley is not a right back. Never been a right back, ever. Eddie Howe just invented that. I don't know why and how.
But what I'm saying is we effectively played 3-4-3 yesterday. With Miley midfield, really. Not 4-3-3. We played 3-4-3.
Then if you're going to do that, then do that. But don't say you're going to play
did.
Miley.
So, and what I'm saying is that 3-4-3 not preferable to putting an unproven right back?
But stop saying no. But stop saying you're playing Miley at right back because that's not the case. If you're going to put him with four midfielders, then do that if you want to. But don't say you're going to play Miley
that's exactly
right.
That's exactly what we did do.
No. Yeah, it's true. But it's not sustainable to keep saying.
Miley was virtually never at right back throughout the whole 90 minutes yesterday.
That's the problem because defensively you do suffer a lot.
But we're playing 3-4-3.
So we'll see against the proper team if that continues. We got Choppy calling in now. Choppy, how are you, mate?
I'm okay. Much better performance last night.
Much better. So did you forget about the derby already?
Yeah, just about up now. Let's notice that Gordon wasn't playing. So it was a lot better.
Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. So that is always good. And we gotta make improvement and see what happens in the Chelsea game. Now I don't think we're gonna have all the right backs and left backs we can. So we're gonna have to make some decisions, if you will. And I think play everybody in a natural position, man. Stop trying to make a soup salad. It makes no sense.
No, true. I'll tell you, the young lad who played at right back last night.
Well, Miley was
Miley on paper, but
nominally right back.
I'll tell you, it reminded me of when Brendan and Nata could play either at right back or in midfield.
Yeah. That was a wonderful period of our history, wasn't it?
It sure was. So we better. I enjoyed the game last night. But that debacle on Sunday. But things can move on now.
Anything was better than Sunday, as Chris said earlier on. All I had to do was turn up, and it was an improvement on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, man. But what do you think?
I think if we get past City, I think they'll win the Carabao Cup.
Well, if you get past Man City, yeah, you probably have a great chance of it. To be honest, that means you got some sort of a good form if you beat Man City. And is it 2 legs? It is 2 legs, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, semi-final 2 legs.
Oh, yeah, what knockout for real now. So that's the problem though. And then you close over there at the Etihad. That's going to be very difficult to do, to be honest. I mean, extremely difficult.
Yeah, it is. Nothing's impossible though.
No, it isn't. It isn't. But
even Crystal Palace won at the Etihad.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had a decent team. We've nothing to be scared of. Only trouble is you trying to get the ball off Manchester City. It's very difficult. It doesn't matter to them. One more away.
Oh yeah, you got a fair point there. But we shall see. It's it might be paper over the cracks, as some people are calling this performance. It wasn't an unbelievable great performance either. We just came back and did something there, but we advanced, and that should be it for some fans. The biggest part will be against Chelsea. That's going to be we need points in the Premier League, so that's going to be a decision. We'll see what decisions Eddie Howe makes, and
we'll see what choices he's got.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to make a decision. Play Miley a right back against Chelsea, or play Leo Shahar a proper right back against Chelsea, and just put Miley in midfield. It's not that hard, man. But Chappy, thank you for calling us, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, cheers, Chris. See you in.
That was there. Please call us now, folks, and have your say. A lot of people have a lot to say in the chat, but they ain't got the balls to call 0191-916-8864. Call now and have your say, ladies and gents. So you were on about Miley. Listen, you play 4-3-3. You put Leo Shahar there, Miley in the middle, and but don't sugarcoat it for Miley right back, because that's not what he's doing. Because if you actually put Miley at right back, then you're not.
So if you do that, and you still play a 3 in midfield, then you're not going to be able to play Baltimore and Wissa.
Well, but we know when he's not going to do that anyway, man. What are you on about? He's not. But that's
what I'm saying. I think he should do that.
I keep saying that too, but he's not. But I'm being a realist, and you're being a dreamer. It ain't going to happen. Wake up from your nap, man. Voldemort and Wissa are not going to play together ever, 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 ever. And if Voldemort and Wissa play together, I'm leaving this channel. I'm telling you. Put it right, or clip it. Somebody clip it and put it. Once again, I'm looking for a cop out to leave so I can take a 6-month vacation or a year vacation. Come on. If Wissa and Voltemara play together from the start as a starting lineup, as the go-to players, both Voltemara and Wissa, you're never going to see me again. There you go. Warren Denning calling us now from Newcastle, all the way from, what'd you say you were? From
Walker?
No, he's not from Walker. He's not from Walker.
Oh, you're
from,
West End, are you?
Yeah, West Ender. Yeah, that's right. From the Whitley Bay. Is that right? Whitley Bay?
Benwell.
Benwell. Well, you ain't Benwell in a while. So anyway, I don't know if that's you should be going to Batwell.
Dad jokes, bad jokes.
Warren, you just waking up, or are you about to go to bed?
Christmas cracker.
By the way, we got the Christmas party on Friday, ladies and gents. So bring up your Christmas request. Make sure we start preparing yourself. So anyway, Warren, we haven't seen you on party nights, man, in a while, man. You don't want to party with us no more? We're not the cool crew? Are we not part of the cool kids? I've got high
blood pressure, and that's mainly due to, the fact the results haven't been going too well. So obviously it's all changed, hasn't it? You know what I mean? That little tiff for the weekend, that's gone now. I'm in love with Eddie Howe again.
Good for you.
In love with Eddie Howe again.
Just a little tiff it was, you know what I mean? It's all forgotten. Oh yeah, let's push on.
Unfortunately, that's not how it works, man. You can't erase the past.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You go by the last result, and we won, and it was quite convincing.
As good as your last game.
Harper,
exactly.
You're looking very Scottish today, fella.
We're finished with dinner.
Isn't this what the skirt look like?
The skirts,
yeah, they look like with the flute. Yeah, man. I'm the American Scottish Peruvian mag.
It's the back.
There you go. So we're going to the World Cup, baby, and we're gonna be England like a drum. You better believe it.
Yeah, we're good with results, man. I'm happy. I'm happy today.
Yeah, you are.
You know?
Yeah, well, I'm glad for you, man. I'm glad you're happy. That's what.
I'll tell you what. I'll have to get my father into Primark, right? Because he had that jumper on last Christmas.
The one that you're talking about, that jumpers is a good. It's a wonderful time for a beer.
No, I just got that.
Well, last year I don't even know. Did you watch the video last year? I don't even remember if you were.
No, I was on last Friday's clip. He had that. I'm sure he had that jumper on when he was on about Isaac and that, and how we're going to do well.
Got on now, you mean?
His predictions.
Are you on about the one I'm wearing now, or the Christmas jumper?
Oh well, but of course, right? Aye.
Which?
The one you've got on new? I'm sure you were wearing that last week.
No, I had it on yesterday.
And listen, anyway, we'll talk about Wynn's fashion thing when we're off the show.
My fashion sense is
anyway, yes. Mainly brilliant. Mainly, you know, I mean, he's got an England future, that lad.
Well, I could agree with that. I could. It's a midfielder.
As for the has-beens, you know, I mean, Lexa Gordon and all that. Like, yeah, put them in this year. Let's, you know what I mean. Let's get the new battalion in. Because I thought that young lad, Alex Murphy, I thought he did a pretty solid little cameo there. Like
he did a good defensive job. A good defensive job, to say the least. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, which is good. It's good.
Yeah, well, it's like I say, it gives you a little bit of confidence, doesn't it, going forward? Now that we know that, you know, I mean, there's a few more injuries like on board, so you know, it'll do him no harm. That.
Yeah, that's true.
Couple of big games there. They were like, I mean, Chelsea and that, but Chelsea blew hot and cold, so you never know what you're going to get with them. But as long as we played like decent like we did last night, I can't say, you know what I mean, be too much of a problem.
There was moments last night, you know, a few really, really good, fluent passing events that were could have. And I mean,
that was Maley. Maley was conducting that.
Well, there was one in the 18th minute when Bruno did a half turn with a little pass, and then
I like that.
Ramsey did another one, and it was just a wonderful interchange, and it was the one that Wissa just couldn't get to. That would have been so.
Mind you, he's made a difference in all. Like Wissa looks, he looks the business. You know what I mean? He looks what we've been missing. Now, I know I've been quite critical of Walter Mora because I think he was like bottom of the list as far as like getting strikers in. I think it was obviously a case of getting him in, or we ended up with nobody. You know what I mean? So, but I think that's half the problem. We've been trying to fit him in, and it hasn't worked. And it would be that was like the detriment. Obviously, another player that could have been played in a position where we could have been going forward. So it's still, you know what I mean? It's still up in the air as to where the hell he can play. I mean, there's no doubt he's a nice player. He's a good lad. But I don't know where the hell we're going to play him.
Well, I wholeheartedly disagree with that. All of the thing you said there. I think that the difference maker was the wingers. The wingers looked for the center forward nonstop, and there when Gordon Ilanga came on, poor Walter Mata was left in the middle of the ocean with no service. So, and I think that was the issue. Yeah. But I do agree that they both need to be playing with each other, and they need to be performing. But anyway, we got to go, Warren. Thank you very much for calling us, mate, and we'll be back again tonight.
Just drop in, say hello.
Lovely, mate.
Go about your business.
We're gonna have to. Lovely, mate. See you later. See you later, buddy. See you later, Warren. In there. We're going to have to call it off, folks, and we'll be back again tonight, 8 p.m. with the regular early night show with Boki, with Gary, with Win, with Christina as well, the Happy Clapper Vice President of Mighty Win's Limited Company. So if you want to join that, you can also do that. Look up happyclappers.com, NUFC, happyclappers.nufc.com, and you shall join their cult. You're going to have to wear robes, though, with Eddie Howe's face all over it. You have to shave your head. All they wear is, wigs if you see them with hair. But they all shave their heads bald, and you got to get an Eddie Howe tattoo on your wrist and on your chest. So, and also, but if you get to win level, you get Eddie Howe tattooed on his buttocks. So there you go. But you gotta really work hard to get to that level, though. Anyways, folks, thank you very much, all of you out there, for supporting and joining. Let me see if we can go. We got any more chats here? We do. We got a few. So let's go with some of these. Old Angry Noob Gamer says, "Why you stuck up on Miley playing a right back? Everybody knows he's not a right back, but must." Says Old Angry Noob. Fluffmeister, Miley was because people wanted to play right back now, and that's the problem. That is the problem. Not that he played right back yesterday, which he didn't really, but the fact that people now want him to play right back. You see how fickle fans can be. Fluffmeister, Miley was a class act. Right back reminded me. Oh yeah, we read this one. Let me see here. Oh, all these comments. Where they helping? The American Mag, you cannot see beyond your own nose at the moment. Wins right. Miley playing right back. No. He's not right about that. Michael Petit says, Win sounds like Eddie Howe doing anything to get his love childs on, playing out of position. There you go.
Love children.
Just say how it's gonna be, man. Miley, 4 midfielders. That's plain and simple. We can agree with that. But don't talk about Miley right back. That's nonsense. You can't just take under 20 players and expect them to slide into the senior team. It just doesn't happen. It does, actually. It does. I see many of them. that do that, and you're doing this because out of an emergency. Listen, I don't want something bad to happen to Newcastle, but if you really want to try it out, try Miley at right back against a proper team and see what happens. You're going to see the same thing that happens to Burn week in and week out. Knackered. And then we're going to get into Miley hate, why Miley plays right back, and it's all going to change, man. So everybody that's saying Miley right back now, he's the new Cafu. They're going to be, if you didn't know who Cafu is, I'll explain to you after the show. The new Cafu all of a sudden will be whinging and crying about the same thing with Burn.
Bring it up to date.
But on this petition.
Trent Alexander.
Trent Alexander on, exactly. Howie, man. Give your heads a shake. Still Bad Dad says, Chris can't grasp the fact it's an infield tactic to move a defender in as a midfield player, but his main task is to be right back. In-game tactic. Yeah, you confused the shit out of me on that one. But anyway, I just try to keep things simple. Miley, you're a midfielder, play midfield. The right back, if we don't have one, then we don't play with right backs or put Leo Shahar there if you are in an emergency situation. Looney Tune says, hi, lads. What is the story with Joe Linton? Is he out of favor with Eddie Howe now? No, he's injured. So if you thought Eddie Howe made a tactical decision, then he didn't. He's injured. He'll be playing. Don't you worry about that. He'll be playing back when he's fit. Same thing with Pope. Same thing with many others. So there you go. I mean, it's just in case of an emergency, he will put Joe Linton on. But it's not an emergency, then he'll rest him. So there you go. Gavin Fuller, would you put a right back? Who would you put a right back? If it's an emergency, you need to have a right back, you put a right back that can go back and forth, defend. Might not be as great as Livramento, might not be as great as Cafu, might not be as great as Alexander Arnold, but a right back is a right back. So I'd rather do that than put a 6'7" midfielder on there. How would you think Yaya Toure playing at right back? How would he do? He'd be knackered. But it's also a compliment for young Louis Miley, because Louis Miley is giving me a lot of Yaya Toure vibes, Patrick Vieira vibes. So there you go. Put him in his proper place, and he shall do fine. Miley gets destroyed on Saturday of the play if he plays right back. I agree with that, man. Come on, man. You did something. You put a tourniquet on. That mean you got to live with a tourniquet on.
As long as we can control the midfield, you might not need a right back.
Again, it was not a choice, Chris. It was due to circumstances. You talk about him playing right back, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. Listen, you can put a tourniquet on to save your life. Don't mean you can live with a tourniquet on. You're going to have to take it off at some point and put a proper a player there. There you go.
Is Chris ever wrong? He's never right, man.
That's why I have you on the show, because compared to you, I'm the king of being right, man. Anyway, folks, we'll see you tonight, 8 p.m. kickoff. Join us, and we shall see you all later on tonight. Bye-bye, folks.
How are the lads?
Thank you to all the callers.
LAB.